It would be discovered later that the prayer Christ taught her can be found in a little book called The Imitation of Christ, written hundreds of years ago. On Friday, September 7, 1984, Virgin Mary confided a secret to her and told her,
"This is between you and me until the moment of your death. Live your life, but life should not stop you from praying."
November 20, 1984. Myrna heard a woman's voice.
"I will take your eyes."
6 days later, Myrna went into an ecstasy again. She saw only a bright light. No words were spoken. She would later tell Father Zahlawi, "You should not take the Virgin Mary lightly." Myrna had offered the Virgin her eyes to anyone who had need for them. She even offered her heart to anyone who had need of a new heart. She repeated again, "You should not take the Virgin lightly." She had lost her eyesight. She knew it, but she did not accept it at first. Myrna kept opening and closing her eyes to see if she was really blinded. She was frightened. She couldn't control her crying. She believed that she would never see again. She thought that God was punishing her for her sins. At this point, her mother did not know why Myrna was crying. Myrna could not believe what was happening to her. She kept closing her eyes and opening them again. It was true. She was blind. Myrna cried again and again. She explained to the priests what had happened. Immediately, one of the priests thought of St. Paul and predicted that she would only be blind for 3 days. She did not understand him. She believed it would be permanent. Later, she began to enjoy the blindness because she felt very peaceful and serene in the light. For 3 days, she could not see anything except the white light. Her body emitted a kind of perfume. She fasted during these 3 days. Every morning, she received communion from Father Maluli, who stayed on and read to her from the Bible. She didn't sleep at all. St. Paul was also blinded only a few hundred feet away from Myrna's house. The light was so beautiful, so peaceful, and so heavenly, she didn't want it to ever end. Myrna's mother was worried, and she pleaded with Myrna to sleep. Finally, as the 3rd day was coming to an end, Myrna said a prayer, more for her mother's sake than her own, and asked that she could sleep just for 1/2 hour. Her husband said that he had never seen her look so beautiful. Her face was shining pink, as opposed to her usual pale color. She had not prayed that she might see, but only that she might sleep for her mother's sake. 3 times she felt someone touching her eyes. No one in the room had done so. She started acting as if she was about to vomit. They brought some cotton just in case. She began to feel as if something was in her mouth. She could taste something like oil, but she knew she had not eaten in 3 days. She couldn't understand nor explain what she was experiencing. Something or someone had touched her eyes 3 times, and she tasted something like oil in her mouth. She tried to pray the rosary with the people in the room. Her husband saw the oil coming from her mouth. During her blindness, even though she saw the beautiful white light, but she could also see the shapes of holy objects like crucifixes, rosaries, and icons. Myrna asked her husband to smell her breath. She thought it must smell bad, but Nicholas could only smell beautiful flowers. She began to vomit olive oil with the smell of flowers. 3 times she vomited this oil. Then all of a sudden she noticed that she could see the cotton in front of her eyes. She could see. I can see, I can see. Her mother started crying for joy. Everyone cried. On the feast of St. Joseph the Worker, May 1st, 1985, Myrna saw the Virgin Mary again.
My children, be united. My heart is wounded. Do not allow my heart to be divided because of your divisions. My daughter, I will grant you a gift for your fatigue.
A gift for your fatigues? Myrna didn't understand. What she didn't know was that after 4½ years of marriage, she was pregnant. 8 months after this message, she gave birth to a baby girl named Marian.